So today I'm going to be doing a book review, which I haven't done in a really long time. I don't know why, but for some reason I haven't been reviewing books as much on this channel, which I think it's just because I've simply forgotten to review books. And I also mention books in my monthly favorites now, but it's not the same as a whole video devoted to a single book or a series. So today I'm going to be talking about the first two books of the Red Rising series, which I have right here. Let me just turn my little turny chair. So this is the first book in the series, Red Rising. They're both by Pierce Brown. And then this is the second book in the series called Golden Sun. And then the third book in the series, which is coming out in February of 2016, is going to be called Morning Star. Which personally, I feel like the names of these books are just like beyond cheesy and kind of annoying, but we'll get into that. I kind of talked about Red Rising when I first got it a while ago with some not very positive things. I got a lot of reviews from you guys to say, like, you've got to read this, it's amazing, on my book videos. You guys leave me the most amazing book suggestions. Because of you, I've read some of my favorite books. So I take your suggestions very seriously. And so when I got suggested this, I was kind of like, well, yeah, I'll do that. So I bought it, which again, I love to buy books. I can't help myself. There's something so magical about owning a book and having it be your own. I also love the smell of books. I'm kind of just bought this book, started reading it, and after about 200 pages, I literally like threw it across the room and was like, I'm done with this shit. This is ridiculous. I cannot stand this. And that happens sometimes with me because I find that I have to be in the right mood for a certain type of book. Like, I can't just read whatever book I want whenever I want. Like, I have to be in the right mood. I threw it across the room. I was totally done with it, and I basically thrashed it on my channel saying how bad of a book it was and how this man wants to be a model, but he's not, and da-da-da-da. I'm sorry, Pierce. I don't know you. I don't even think you want to be a model. It's just your photo's a little, like, everything about the series is a little melodramatic, which I'm okay with because I now sneak peek, reveal secrets, flash forward. I love the series. But when I first started reading it, I hated it. So I like gave it like 1 star on GoodReads and like was over it, totally done. Then some circumstances happened and I ended up picking this book up again, and I left my bookmark in. So I was like, okay, I'll just continue reading from where I was, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go to the library and get a book so I can actually read something I like. I started reading it and I couldn't stop. I think I read it in like 5 days. The thing about this series is that the first like 150 pages of this book, it's awful. It's literally so painful to get through, and I kind of get why it's necessary, although honestly I think that there's lots of things that could be changed in the first part of this book to make it more enjoyable, really. I was so unhappy with this in the beginning, and then I ended up loving it. And this is probably one of my favorite, like, this sort of book that I've ever read, and I absolutely love it. It's sort of similar to the Hunger Games, but like more insane and intense. It's like the most extreme Hunger Games that there is. I love the concept of the society, and I really think that the creativity that went into this is insane. When I first read it, I thought, oh my gosh, like this is just like the Hunger Games. Why? You literally just copied Suzanne Collins, like that's ridiculous. But it's not. This is so different. Seriously loved this. And so when I knew there were more books in the series, I know it's a trilogy, I went and I picked up the second book, which is called Golden Sun. And I actually, before I bought this, I went and onto YouTube and I was like, I'm gonna watch someone's review of this book because I don't want to buy it if it's gonna be shitty like the first half of the first book. So I watched a review, and literally this girl, she sold it. Like, Pierce Brown should get in contact with her and like make a deal of sorts, because she sold it to me. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get this now. The main character in the series is called Darrow. In the beginning, I really didn't like him, and I found him like really yucky. Now I like him. Like, I would like him to be my friend. Like, I'm not like romantically attracted to him. Like, I don't find like his personality attractive, but I do think that he seems like he's growing, and I love that about the books, because when I read, especially Divergent, not so much Hunger Games because I feel like she did grow, but I felt like Tris never grew. And even in the end of that series, which I have a series review of it up on my channel, I was like, really? Like, you really just killed your, like, I don't get it. I just don't. I don't get it. Frankly, I was angry by the end of that book because, by the end of the series, because I was like, this is so stupid. She didn't even learn anything. Like, she just made the same mistake she's made all along. So this book, I'm already seeing growth of Darrow, and I love seeing that. I freaking love Mustang. Like, oh my gosh. If I could be like an actress in a series, I would want to play Mustang in these movies, because I heard they're coming out with movies in a couple of years, probably, or something like that. So I would kill to play Mustang, because she's a freaking fierce bitch, and I love it. And she also takes no shit. In the first book, I was kind of like, wow, like, she's tough. And the second book, I thought, wow, she's strategic and smart. So I kind of love Mustang more than Darrow, and I wish she was like the star of the show. But I get Darrow is a red and turning into a gold, so I get it why she's not the star of the show. The way this last book ends is like, it literally, I stopped breathing. Like, I was like, what breathing? What's that? Oxygen. Like, I know. I can't even read before bed anymore. Like, this series was one of those series where if I started reading at like 10 o'clock, normally I would stop reading by like 11 and go to bed. Like, an hour of reading, that's great before bed. This book, I would all of a sudden look at the clock and it'd be like 1 a.m. and I'm like, holy shit, I need to go to sleep because I have to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Like, do you know what I mean? It's insane. If you're not really big into reading, and I always say this to my friends and my family who aren't big into reading, because I'm such a bookworm myself, that these are the sorts of series that you need, because they're going to keep you on your frickin' toes and they're going to keep you hooked. The second half of this book, to me, was like equivalent to the Hunger Games, if not better. Like, I would go there and say like, wow, amazing. So yeah, I love the idea of this, because it's not so much about survival in this book. It's more about strategy and brains. And this guy, this character that they've created, is attempting to dethrone this corrupt government in the most strategic and interesting way. And it's smart. It's smart and it's captivating, and I love it. And I don't feel like I'm reading like some young adult fiction that's for like 12-year-olds. Like, I really feel like, I don't think this is even young adult, but I don't know. I feel like if you want something that's going to be super interesting and super fun, but also crazy intense, lots of blood, sometimes a little bit gory, a little bit of sexualityness, I seriously love it. Highly, highly recommend. If you follow me on GoodReads, I will have my review of this one, and I'm definitely waiting for the third book to come out. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm crossing my fingers that Darrow and Mustang end up together, because I really think that that'd be amazing. But with the ending of the second book, I'm not really sure about that. Yep. If you have any other questions about this series, or if you have suggestions for me for another book series that I should read in the future, you guys know I always love your suggestions. And then my camera cut out. Isn't that convenient? But I thank you all so much for watching this video. And like I said, leave your video suggestions and book recommendations down below, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!